welcome back to what has been the craziest few weeks, and I'm sure you've heard. If you live in the UK, I don't even have to tell you, and if you're not from the UK, I'm sure you've heard. The last time I made an update video, I was trying to tell you guys that I'm trying to get my life together, and then these riots break out up and down the country, and it has been insane. Like, the level that people have gone to has just been horrifying, and I can't even tell you that I'm surprised, because I'm not. Like, it's 2024 and things like this are still happening, and it's crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, the last few weeks I have really been trying to stay focused and focus on what I've been trying to do, but it's been really unsettling, and therefore I've I've been affected basically, mentally. And I work in the centre of where I live, and I had to travel into work whilst these riots were going on, and it was a feeling of nervousness and feeling unsafe, which is really sad. But hey, it is what it is, unfortunately, and hopefully we can continue. But yeah, mad few weeks for people of colour, and South Asians in particular, who have been really catching the brunt of this. And it's sad as well, because you can't even get away from it, when you're at home and you're away from the outside world, because now that we have social media, it's constantly on there as well. And it's just been really sad, and it's been really hard to continue as normal, but that's exactly what I've been trying to do. And actually, I think now, like, it's hard enough, man. It's hard enough trying to pursue this kind of career without all this nonsense going on, but I think now more than ever, like, it is so important, and I can't stress this enough, it is so important to see South Asians being represented on the screen, and not just any screen, but British TV and British cinema in particular, because we live here. This is our home. Like, I was born and raised here. I don't know anything else. My parents were born and raised here. I know nothing else. And I think it's about time that we are being seen a bit more on the screen. And it's really sad, because the last time I watched anything with the protagonist looking like me and from my culture, specifically being a British Indian Sikh living in the UK, and I know you've already guessed it, but the last time I watched something, it was Bend It Like Beckham, and that came out in 2002. 2002. I don't even have to explain. Like, that is crazy, and I've never seen anything else like it since. That's insane to me, and I think it's about time that we are having our stories told of what it's like to live in the UK, and I think it's about time that we succumb to more than the off-license owner, the person behind the till, the cabbie driver. I think it's about time. And with that being said, let's move on to my update. I've been really trying to get focused, and if anything, this has really motivated me even more to pursue what I'm trying to pursue. I think I created a lot of pressure for myself after leaving the school, where I was like, I really need to get back into another job, I need to earn money, and all my time and devotion was basically on that. I've not been able to find anything, but not only that, I feel like I'm just trying to find a job for the sake of trying to find the job and earn money, which is the premise of anyone's intention when doing something they don't enjoy. It's solely to earn money. And it is a sad concept, but that's the reality of it. But I was thinking to myself, I've got 4 months into the end of the year, after August has happened. 4 months left until I hit 30, and I think this is like a great window of opportunity for me to really hit the ground running and really give acting everything that I've got, and make sure that I'm doing all that I can do to make sure that I am putting myself out there and that I am giving myself at least a fighting chance. Because it's alright to sit at home and dream and daydream and hope and pray and wish that somebody sees me, but unless I'm being proactive, unless I'm doing something, practical and, something that people can actually see, it's never going to happen. And one thing I have learned recently is that no one's going to come and save you. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but that's the truth. No one's going to come and save you. And you need to look after yourself, and you need to do it for yourself. And I think one flaw of mine, and it's only the one, I lack confidence. And I get really intimidated by people who have a repertoire of work. And I get scared to talk to them and ask them questions, because I think, like, who the hell am I? Like, who am I to even question them or stop them or talk to them? But it's a really bad flaw, and I really need to work on it. And so what I do anyway is every day I look at open casting calls. I check Spotlight every day. I check in with my agent as much as possible. And I'm really trying to stay relevant when it comes to like acting classes and workshops and stuff. And where I'm from, there's not a lot of that going on, unfortunately. And the prime hub is basically London. And I was trying to get back in touch with people that I used to know in the acting world, and they put me on to this thing called Mixing Networks. And it's this networking place in London. It's like a studio. It's based in East London, and it's basically a hub where you can network with other actors, where you can go to workshops, where you can partake in courses, where casting directors and professional actors come and take workshops and have Q&As, and it's just basically this great bubble and this great networking site. So I looked into it, and it's called Mixing Networks. And if you are someone like me who is really trying to get into the acting world, who's trying to get through the door, who's trying to network and build some strong foundations, not only with people but with the craft itself, I think it's a wonderful thing to get into. And I can leave a link in the description box below if you want to have a look at it. But there's some really exciting things happening on there, and so I booked myself in to one of the workshops, which will be taking place this month, and I will hopefully bring you guys with me and take you along on the journey, and we can do it together. And I am shitting myself. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I think that's really important. That's a really important element to this, is where you can put yourself in uncomfortable situations, because that is where you grow, right? At least that's what it says on the Diary of the CEO. But yeah, it's about putting yourself in situations where you are uncomfortable. And it's not that I'm uncomfortable because it's my realm, like I love it. I'm just really nervous because I've not been to one in such a long time. I think the last one I went to was, there was a workshop I went to here, ITV workshop, that I would go to weekly, but unfortunately it closed down. And since then I haven't really found another outlet to go and practice and play and perform, which is why I've been making so many self-tapes because it's been a lovely way to stick in it and practice learning lines and practice being different characters. But it's there is like a downfall to it where I don't have an acting partner, and therefore I'm not, you know, I'm not interacting with somebody and I'm not feeding off of somebody. And so basically I've just not put myself in that situation for a while. And yeah, so I booked it and I'm really excited. I am nervous, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's for 3 hours, this workshop, from 10 AM until 1 PM, and this particular workshop is for casting in TV and film. And they do some work with you, and at the end you can they even send you the footage, which will be lovely. But yeah, it's just going to be fun and exciting. But there's loads of things you can do, guys. Like, if you are someone in my position and you don't have a lot of money and you can't pursue things because of the cost factor, do things like pursue yourself. It's so important to work on yourself when you're not doing anything else, and go and, you know, go and work on yourself and do things and build yourself up. Like with me, it's my confidence, and also I'm a really big introvert and I'm such a homebody and I love being at home, but there's a downfall to that where I am not socializing enough, and I'm not putting myself out there enough. And I think a great part of acting is being able to have experiences in the real world, and seeing the world and living, just living and being. And it's those things that you can draw from when you are performing. The truth, not the lie, the truth. That's what acting is. It's about telling the truth in untruthful circumstances. I know a lot of people like to think acting's just about being a great liar, right? No, it's not. It's about, and I heard like Tom Hardy say this the other day, there's two types of acting. There's convincing and there's not convincing, unconvincing. And whatever method you use to get to one or the other is up to you, but that's basically the simplicity of it. Convincing, not convincing. Telling the truth, lying, doing what you have to do to get there, faking it till you make it. And hey, it's not a bad thing. I've done that. Maybe sometimes you just need to do that in order to get you to this. I think it gets to a point where this can only last so long and last to an extent, and then you break through of that, and it's what gets you to the reality and the truth. Because yeah, and I think it's just a learning curve. It's all about learning. And yeah, so that's basically what I've been doing. And I also booked a trip. This was a while ago, but it's coming up and I'm really excited about it. I'm going to be going to Amsterdam with some friends, and so that will be lovely as well, because I'm seeing a different part of the world I've never been to. I'm going to be traveling. Guys, I haven't traveled. I haven't been away since 2019, which, if you put it into the perspective of there are people out there who have never been away, then that was just very unnecessary and irrelevant to say. I haven't really travelled since 2019. So again, I'm just really excited to explore that and explore a bit of the world and go away with my friends. So there is a couple of things coming up that I'm really excited about and that I am looking forward to. And I just wanted to update you guys and let you guys know. And I'm really going to focus on acting and focus on all those little things that I don't do quite so well, because I think it's just all part of the process and it makes you stronger. And yeah, so that's my update for today. I'm sorry to have gotten this video off to a very dark start with talking about the riots, but as much as I want this to be such a positive place and a positive outlet for me, it's also again about being real and telling the truth, and that is the reality we are currently living in. But it's okay, we move metaphorically, because physically I ain't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. But yeah, so please, if you are in my position, if you are South Asian as well, trying to do this, I would love to hear your story and where you are with it, because I think it's really important to build that kind of community where we are talking about it, because guys, brown girls can do it too, okay? We can. But yeah, that is my you know, vent, because that's basically what these videos are. I think if you should take anything away from this video today, the one thing you should take away: pursue yourself and invest in yourself and educate yourself and build on and work on yourself. I think it is the most invaluable thing you can ever do, and I don't think actually, I really believe that those are the things that will take you further in life. So yeah, have a lovely day. I've got to go now and pick up my car from its MOT. I hope it's passed. But yeah, have a lovely day, have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care.